Hello, it's Rashida, and I have a project like process video for you today. I am starting out using a Becky Higgins Design Y page protector, and I decided to print my photos at 3x4 because I don't think I've printed the smaller size photos in a long time, and I've never used this design of page protector before. So I am going to be using a couple of papers from the new Amy Tangerine line. I forget what it's called right off. I think, is it Shine On? So I'm going to be cutting down the 6x6 papers into 4x6 just to fill in a couple of these 4x6 photo pockets. And I went through and I chose the papers that I liked. I like all of the papers, some more than others, but I chose these bold patterns like with florals and that sort of thing. So now I'm showing you the few items that I have picked to use. So I have that We Are Memory Keepers, what do you call it, pokey tool type thing, paper piercer, yes. So I have some thicker, some stamps, some Pink Fresh things. The stamps that I'm using are by Carrie Bradford, and I will try to remember to leave her shop link below. So I am going to try stamping with the Tim Holtz Mini Travel Stamp tool. So I'm just doing a trial run here just to see, and I want to make sure that I don't allow those magnets to touch. I know that's one of the main warnings for using this, is like you never want the two magnets to touch because that can be quite dangerous. So I really like how that turned out. So now I'm going to take my original photo that I'm going to use and stamp on that. Now I'm using StazOn ink because I printed my photos from my Canon selfie. And so I always use StazOn ink when I'm stamping on those photos. And that's due to the slick surface. So I use the clear side of the stamping tool, and that's what you do. There's a clear side, and then you can flip that plastic piece around, or it may be acrylic. You flip the lid basically around if you are stamping with rubber stamps. So I'm just getting my title card here, and these are photos basically from this summer. So like June through like maybe the 1st of August maybe. And these aren't all my photos obviously, but these are just a few that I wanted to capture this time. So I'm using some chipboard pieces, chipboard pieces from Basic Gray that I placed on the photo at the top right of me collecting some yard waste. And now I'm using these Amy Tangerine stickers from her current collection. And I think my camera cut off, so I already placed a couple of those stickers down. And I'm using this Pink Fresh Studio stamp called Snapshot, and I think that's available at either a cherry on top or scrapbook.com. It was a relatively recent purchase. And so what I'm doing is I'm casting off a portion, or I'm going to cast off a portion of that stamp so that it would fit on the label that I made using the EK Success label punch. So I'm just rubbing off that like the newness of the stamp so that it will take up the ink more readily, so I can get a clean stamp impression. So these are really cute. These are Pink Fresh, like little fabric die cuts, and I like the fabric aspect of these because it gives like a little bit of texture to my photos and the overall spread. So I'm just adding a few other stickers. Now these Amy Tangerine stickers, some of them are, I guess, translucent or transparent, and so they don't always show up on like light surfaces versus dark surfaces. And so I think Amy Tangerine did a recent video of her current collection, and she showed how like the white stickers in this sticker pack, they look better like on a darker surface. And so I guess the darker stickers, because they're sort of transparent, they look better on lighter surfaces. So I didn't pay that much attention to that as I was going through and placing them down. So I just cut apart a 6x6 cut apart sheet within that collection and just add it to my photo. Now I'm adding a Tim Holtz Brad with the number 2, because that was me and my mom. We were having dinner at a breakfast place. And so yeah, so this is a prom picture photo of my nephew and his girlfriend. And so I put down one of those stickers and you can't even see it. So now this one that says how cute, because it's on a light surface, you can see that much better. So these are thickers from Amy Tangerine's new line as well. And I'm just spelling out the word hello on the side of my selfie. And I really like the floral elements in her collection here. So I'm using a couple of those and just adding them at the bottom. So for my photos, like I said, I printed them from my Canon Selphy, and to get the 3x4 size, I used PicFrame this time, and I put 2 photos on one 4x6 collage and just printed them as 4x6 on my Canon Selphy, and then I just cut apart the 2 3x4s. So that's how I did that. I know sometimes that can be like a question, especially if you're starting out, like how do I get 3x4 photos, 2 3x4s on a 4x6. So that's how I did that. And there are multiple ways you can do it. So also, when I am creating a project life spread, I do like to pick my items first, kind of like sort of like a kit, but not really. I just go through and sort of do like a combination of things, like new things versus older things, and that's how I usually create my layouts. So, and when I get new things, a lot of times I really like want to use that stuff right away. So that's one of the reasons why I have the Amy Tangerine line in the mix with the other stuff. So this is a older basic gray chipboard piece. I think it's from the Prism collection. So I have a lot of basic gray stuff, and I really enjoy using it, even though they're not making scrapbooking supplies. And this is just a picture of my sister with Chewy and his little backpack sack. It's like a baby Bjorn type thing. So I just put that chipboard piece interesting on that photo. And sorry, my layout is not really in full frame here, because a lot of times when I'm working on a layout, I look at my camera to make sure that it's still on, and then when I start working on things, I don't always look up every few minutes. So sorry about that. So that Me Time is also from Pink Fresh Studio, and it's like a little clip. It's meant to be like a paper clip, but I think I just adhered it straight onto the photo because for some reason when I use like clips or paper clips, they tend to bend my photo, and so I don't really like that, so I just end up adhering them directly to the photo. And again, there's a picture of my mom at Costco, so I included that again. And there's also an older photo, an older family photo of me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. Yeah, I got that from some friends of my mom and dad, and this was taken at their house, like back in the early 80s, and so they still had that photo, and I wanted to include it. I think it's fun to do that sometimes, to like have like a throwback photo in your pocket page. So this is another Carrie Bradford stamp. It's called Labels, and I'm just going to stamp this label 3 times. Even though it's on a pattern paper, I kind of like that look. And as I'm stamping, I'm not really getting like a really good impression because I was stamping on top of the photos and on top of chipboard pieces and that sort of thing. So I kind of went back and made it look like I did that on purpose. So the lines of the label aren't actually even all the way around because my stamping wasn't that great. And I think I'm just finishing up here. I thought about adding that washi tape, and that washi tape is from Hobby Lobby from their, I think it's called Creative Devotion. I think it's a line from American Crafts, but it was at Hobby Lobby on one of their end caps a few weeks ago. So I really like the washi tape. I'm just adding some photo corners from that basic gray chipboard sticker sheet. And I'm looking for a sticker to go on the Costco photo, and I thought about putting summer, but I didn't like how that looked, so I go back and find a sticker that says weekend. And I think I'm going to, I'm going to spell out Costco. And I like these stickers because they also include geotags. And so for the first O in Costco, I removed the O and put like a little geotag. So it still spells Costco with the unique element of having the geotag as an O. I'm using this VersaFine Clair. Now I do apologize. For some reason my camera is out of focus these last few minutes. But I'm not really doing anything major here, just adding a chipboard element to this filler card, and that's also from the Amy Tangerine line. That cut apart 6x6 paper is what I'm using as a filler card. So because my camera is out of focus, I'm going to try to re-show you the layout here in a second. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for spending time with me today. Bye bye.